everybody, it's Jim down here in Sunland Park, New Mexico. This is your wall, America. It's getting closer and closer to being finished. Something that a lot of people said could never be done. Well, I gotta tell you guys something. If you take a look right here, guys, that is the last panel of this wall. As you can see, they're putting a little cliff there, so some people were asking what stops it from going around. It's a pretty big cliff that it runs into, so this wall is built quicker and better than any wall that we have on the 2,200-mile border of the United States of America. And this was done and paid for by you, the American people. This was you guys recognizing that national security and borders are important. That we have a right to protect our sovereignty, to protect our country from people coming into our country illegally and people who wish to do our country harm. And that's one of the things that this area of border, the VIP entrance as I call it, for human trafficking, sex trafficking, child trafficking, drug smuggling, terrorist smuggling, everything that you can possibly imagine has come through this VIP entrance of the border here in Sunland Park, New Mexico at Monument 1. And if you watch our videos going back 90 days ago, you will see it was every day and every night. Every day, every night, large groups of people coming in to tie up the border patrol so that the cartels on the other side of this fence wall would be able to come in here and have free reign doing whatever they want. And the bottom line, guys, is no matter what the fake news media tells you, this wall has stopped that. This wall has given control of this section of very rugged mountainous area back to the Border Patrol. As you can see, one of the things that they're working on down here right now is finishing basically a little double lane highway that comes all the way up the hill, so that if the Border Patrol does need to respond to this area, they've got a nice road to get up here quickly. They can access the area, and it's just an amazing accomplishment that we have here, guys. This is something that proves that when government fails you, Congress fails you, and you have people trying to take control, that if we have a little bit of desire as Americans, a little bit of fight left in us, that you can accomplish a lot, and you can do it way better than the government ever will. Not only did the Army Corps of Engineers said that this project could never be built on the side of the mountain like this, how it's built here, as you see it. If you guys remember from my earlier videos what the terrain looked like, there was a lot of dirt moved here. There was a lot of dirt moved here. A lot of ground that was leveled in a very quick period of time by Fisher Industries. It was an amazing feat to watch. It's one of the feats that'll probably go down in history. I can tell you that this was the toughest example on the border of building a wall. So I think also what America proved to everybody is that there's nowhere that we can't build wall. So we can stop this. We can stop and block off the cartel, block off the human trafficking, and give power back to the Border Patrol so that they can actually do their job, which is to patrol our border and protect our nation from people who wish to do us harm. And this is just the beginning, guys. We've got to keep this momentum going. We can build more wall. We can keep building wall. Those guys over at WeBuildTheWall.us, they need your help. Share this video. Let people know that it's not a farce. You know, the fake news said that Brian had spent all the money on a yacht, that he was a fraud. They tried to destroy this from happening because they knew that once it became real, it was real. And the left will say and do anything to destroy anybody, even Americans, who are working to protect their own country. And that's what this is, guys. This is your wall. And so we've got to keep it going. So share this. Get over to webuildthewall.us. Make a small donation. Make a big donation. Any donation matters. This millions of dollars were raised off of small donations. So don't think that it doesn't matter. The other thing we've got to work on, and this is where our job comes in as Guardian Patriots, is that we've got to continue to find other areas where we can document, you guys, the crisis, the invasion, the nonviolent invasion that's still happening here in the United States of America, even as we celebrate the victory of this wall. Until we change our asylum laws, until we quit using and monetizing children to be trafficked just simply so that people can come into our country and take advantage of us, so that one party in the end can have a shot at absolute power. Okay, we've got to work on that, and we've got to stop it, because that's still going on day and night. The good news for this sector is that we've now allowed these guys to push this traffic off. It'll probably end up in another area, but at least whatever that area is, Border Patrol is going to be able to have a better grasp of it. It's not going to require the type of manpower that it used to require before this beautiful wall of ours was put here by the facilitators that We Build the Wall. So I want to show you guys something else. I want to walk up the hill here. For those of you that want to stick with us, I know some of you have seen this area from before We Build the Wall came out here, back when we had to run these hills and there was no nice roads, no nice paths. But I wanted to show you guys an aerial view of Juarez, Mexico, because I don't think I've shown that too many times in my videos. And we got a good view of it up here. Very windy today. I apologize if the sound is bad. There you have it, guys. There is Juarez, Mexico. One of the most dangerous cities in the United States of America. Or in Mexico, I'm sorry. Lots of roads, lots of paths you can see that they used to use to get up into these mountains behind me, so that they could run drugs and whatever else while Border Patrol was tied up down there and other places with asylum seekers. Those trails have now been cut off as a result of building a Border Patrol here. So anybody who tries to tell you in the fake news that this is a publicity stunt, that this wall means nothing, all they are is an extension of the anti-border movement, or the open border movement, that wants to get as many people into your country, our country, as fast as they possibly can before Americans wake up and realize that we have a big problem here. These are people coming from all over the world that are crashing our border non-violently. Only 10% of those people would actually qualify for asylum if there was a judge waiting for them in a trailer right here. So think about that, guys. Think about that, America. 90% of the people who come here are coming here under fraudulent pretenses. Also, think about this. They get a court date that's 5 to 7 years out from right now. Only 7.5% of those people that have been given court dates will actually return for their asylum hearing. So that means the rest of them are going to disappear into the cracks of society. They're going to get a work permit, which leads to a tax ID number, which eventually will lead to a driver's license. And I don't have to tell you what happens after that. But if this is what we're willing to do and allow to happen as a country, to get votes for one party ultimately to obtain maximum control of our country, to throw our sovereignty to the side with people who aren't willing to assimilate and don't care to assimilate to the American way, then we have got to fight for our borders. We've got to, guys. And this right here is one of the best ways right now that you guys can help fight for the border. That is to share these videos, let people know that we don't want the wall building to stop. We want it to continue. We're not going to stop. We're going to keep working with Border Patrol, the Guardian Patriots. We're going to keep getting Americans to come down here to the border and volunteer, because this is not a manufactured crisis. This is not a political stunt. This is really happening. And Americans get mad enough, anything can be done. The proof is in the pudding. And right now, guys, you're looking at the proof that America can still get things done. So, I'll give you another view over here, guys. That's our little flag at the top of the hill. Those of you who remember what Monument 1 used to look like, you probably don't even recognize it now. It's so windy up here, guys, that the wind's probably blowing at like 75 miles an hour, getting sand in my face. But I'm going to show you something here. This is all roads and dirt that had to be moved by Tommy Fisher and the boys. Look at all this. Look at the roads they have now. Border Patrol can use all of this now.